One of the big whispers around town, because with Marvel, there's always a ton of talk. Who's going to play this? Who's going to play that? Oh, when is this actor going to come into the MCU? When's that actor going to come into the MCU? One of the ones that came up a while ago with a lot of fan chat was the idea of Ryan Gosling possibly playing Ghost Rider. And there was a lot of talking about it and all that kind of stuff. Well, right now, during his promotional tour of promoting Project Hail Mary, which we're going to talk about more in just a little bit here, he was actually on a podcast, and I think it was the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. And they asked him straight up about the possibility of there being any legitimacy to the whispers and talk about him maybe being Ghost Rider, to which he said, not a lot, but he said, there have been talks. As we go over to the playlist, and the playlist writes, Ryan Gosling says Kevin Feige's Ghost Rider talks have happened, but calls it complicated. The Project Hail Mary star says some discussions have been had about the Marvel antihero years after first naming Ghost Rider as the character he wanted to play. They go on to write this. Appearing on Josh Horowitz's Happy, Sad, Confused podcast while promoting Project Hail Mary, Gosling, was asked whether Ghost Rider talk had moved beyond fan chatter to what we hope, and I got to adjust this, give me a second here. There we go. To what we hope alive. He said, when Horowitz followed by asking whether he had actually had that conversation with Kevin Feige, Gosling answered, some discussions have been had. It's a complicated situation. Some conversations have been had. It's a complicated situation. All right. So there's obviously not a lot here to talk about other than the fact that this whole thing about the possibility of Ryan Gosling maybe being Ghost Rider is now beyond just the fan chat. He's actually talked to them about it. Now, it should be noted that for every one conversation that happens about somebody maybe getting a role, and then they actually do end up getting the role or taking on the role, there are 50 other conversations that come out to mean nothing. So
sure.
it should be pointed out here, Rob, and I think it's fair to say that just because Ryan Gosling has confirmed that he has had talks with Marvel about Ghost Rider, that does not mean it's going to happen, especially when he throws out, it's complicated. But I would be remiss if I didn't just kind of throw out there that he's also right now kind of in the family, because what's his next big movie coming out? Star Wars Starfighter, right? So he's already kind of in the Disney family, huge blockbusters right now. I mean, obviously Project Hail Mary is going to be big for him, and probably he'll end up doing some more stuff with Amazon. But you know what, Rob? I'll tell you this. I've never been interested in Ghost Rider on the big screen. I really haven't. I just don't know that it's a character that lends itself all that great to the big screen. But if Ryan Gosling was to play it, you had my... Which order does Leonardo DiCaprio say it in? You had my interest, now you have my attention? Or was it the other way around?
My curiosity.
Oh, yeah. And something like that. Anyway, I could be on board for that because really, I'm just going to bring this up again. He'd be perfect for it. He'd be great for it. So I would be down for it. But honestly, I don't see this happening. I give it like maybe a 10% chance of actually coming to fruition. Anyway, Rob, you hear about Ryan Gosling's confirming he's had those discussions. So really it's a two-pointed question here. Number one, do you think he will end up being Ghost Rider in the MCU? Second question is, do you even think he's a good fit for that, or that the character is a good fit for him? How do you see it?
Well, I think with roles he's had like Only God Forgives and Drive, that his Nicholas Winding Refn roles, I think for sure he could definitely play a character like Johnny Blaze. I'm more dubious that I think Marvel has yet to crack the supernatural characters within the MCU formula. And while we have like Doctor Strange and confronting people like Dormammu, I mean, those are more like cosmic entities. But, part of the reason I think that the Blade movie didn't happen is because I don't think they cracked that code. And Ghost Rider is such a supernaturally based character. how do you make Ghost Rider credibly interact with, say, Captain America and Thor? Can they make that work? Now, maybe they can. You know, I was surprised Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man worked as well as they did to start the MCU. But I think it's a difficult character to bring into the MCU. I've always liked Ghost Rider. You know, as a kid, who doesn't like a guy on a motorcycle with a flaming skull? I mean, you know, it's like apes on horseback with rifles. You know, you're a kid, it's like, that's cool. But as you get older, although we are getting Jason Momoa in Supergirl playing Lobo, who's doesn't quite have a flaming skull, but's close. So, all things being equal, I would love to see Gosling portray the character if that's the way they were going to go. I think he'd do a great job. He'd kill it.
Great. What are the chances that we actually see him doing? Do you actually think this will happen?
You know what? I don't. I think that there are better uses of Ryan Gosling in the MCU. I don't know.
Interesting.
I think that, look, Gosling is such a leading man, and he's got such a presence. I mean, he's less of a wisecracker than Ryan Reynolds is, but he can be both quiet and tough. I mean, I love the way he portrayed Agent K in Blade Runner 2049, and I really liked him in Drive. And he did a great I think the movie was called The Believer, where he was a self-hating Jew who joined the neo-Nazis. Have you ever seen that? It's an early role he did. He was incredible in that movie. And really
And let's
terrifying.
not forget about what was it called? Was it Lars and the Real Girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like a totally different side to him in there too, which was so good.
Things like Half Nelson and I mean, he's actually had a really incredible career. If you look at the films he was in, The Nice Guys, I mean, he's done a lot of great stuff. So, I think by staying out of a big like the MCU as long as it probably served him well. So he could do movies like Only God Forgives and Drive, which I think was great for him because that really went up against his Notebook persona. And he's a really versatile guy. So I would put nothing past him.
We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Factor. Hey guys, you know how it is. Between the daily live show, tracking the latest box office numbers, and planning our next movie meetup in the van, my schedule gets absolutely hectic. Now, somewhere between the first warm weekend and realizing short season is getting close, eating well stops just being optional. Factor is how we stop letting a busy schedule be our excuse. They provide fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. I had their smoky Gouda mac and shredded beef after a long editing session last week on that Spider-Man Rights video I did, and it was amazing. So whether you're looking for calorie smart options or the new Muscle Pro collection, which is perfect if you're getting back into a workout routine, they have 100 rotating weekly meals to keep things fresh. And the best part? They are always fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes with zero prep and zero stress. I love it, and I think you will too. So head over to factormeals.com/Campea50off and use the code Campea50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. All right, guys, question is for you. Ryan Gosling has confirmed that there have actually been talks about him maybe being Ghost Rider, but could we actually see it happen? Can you see Ghost Rider being a big screen character? And what do you think the chances are that Ryan Gosling would actually do it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.